Hi, it's Tommy Jo from Bird Street Studios. Just wanted to turn the camera on and show you a little something that I did this morning. I am working on these botanical journals and I need to do another video on, with everybody showing how I work along in them. But what I found was I found some botanicals pictures on the public domain and I had downloaded them to my computer, and I thought, I wonder what it would be like if I printed them on some scrapbook paper that I wasn't crazy over. You know how I keep doing these little videos on how to use up your paper, but look at this paper. Some of it is very nice, but like, really? I can't imagine that. Like this I really love. Not bad for a background, but I just am not sure I would use some of these papers unless I was doing like a baby book or something. I don't know, but they're kind of crazy. It's old. So anyways, I pulled out a couple of kind of bold papers out of this pack, as a matter of fact, which is 8.5 by 11, and it was these two sheets right here. And I had this idea that what if I printed the botanicals on top of this paper? How would it look? So I wanted to show you first. Let me see, I did. Okay, so let's take this one first. So I took this sheet right here and I printed this on top, which is actually more than one botanical. I took it into Photoshop and I had a background and I erased a bunch of it, and then I laid these graphics on top of it and erased some of them, and I created this sheet. And then I printed this on this paper, and this is what I got. Right here. So it's a combination. And then I thought, well, that design really shows up quite a bit, and how can I tone it down? So I found a Posca pen in my little pen holder, and I started dotting out some of the darker circles, and I kind of liked it. So all I did was just put some dots, white dots in here to kind of tone down those dark circles, like that. And I wasn't sure when I first started. I put some in the middle ones as well, the lighter ones, because it's kind of like multi-toned. Some of them are multi-toned. And honestly, I think I like it better with the more dots. But some people would like it, because I kind of liked it without all the extra dots. But I don't know. I don't know. I kind of like them. So I'm going to continue with those, and then I just wanted to grab one of these and show you that you could make belly bands or a page out of this. I mean, really, it's quite nice. Once I do all those dots, and I don't know, kind of nice. I think it'll be fine. So that's one of them that I did. And then the second one was using this paper here, which I can't even imagine I would use this paper for anything other than collaging for color or whatever. So I did the same thing with this digital. It's just a background, and I inlaid some graphics that you can get on the public domain. So these are the two that I used right here. And I created this one here with that. Kind of cool, huh? And then I thought, I'm not really sure how I'll tone this one down, because what happened was when you printed this on top, it really brightened, I think, because it did this kind of beige over on top. It really brightened this color, which I'm not necessarily real crazy over. So, hold on just a minute. I kind of thought that I might put a little bit of gesso over the top shook it and I got a little bit in my lid. So let's take this off and see if I just put a little, I need a kind of a sheet, a rub off sheet here. A little gesso on it and to tone it down a little bit in places. Let's see what we got. This is just like a studio gesso, so it's not real opaque. It's pretty transparent. But I thought it might kind of tone the colors down a little. You don't have to cover all of it, but maybe just some of the darker parts. And there, I mean, actually I might try later trying to maybe gesso the paper first and then printing over it, because then that beige background on the digital would probably print right on top of that white. But I like this. I like how it's toning it down quite a bit. Yeah, I like it. Let's see, I got an idea as well. What if I had a stencil? What if we took a stencil and put a little gesso through the stencil? What do you think? Maybe, I don't know if we want to use a design, but we could maybe try this. Maybe I need a makeup brush. Let me see. Okay, let's try maybe just using a makeup brush, and we'll kind of make it light, see what happens. I don't know if it would be better if we used a little white paint, or let's see. And I'm really just looking, the dark part of the flowers are fine, but the dark part of the pink I was trying to kind of cover. I don't know, kind of textures it, but honestly I think just rubbing our gesso on it to lighten it would be just as good. Yeah, let's see. Oh, but this is good because it blends it a little better than my fingers. Lighten it down. Oh, I like it. I'm just going around the edge and kind of lightening the edges up a little bit. I think this will be really pretty. I think it'll work good in my journal too. But even the best part is I'm using up a paper that I probably would not use, and it would kind of just go to waste, I guess. So I'm really kind of liking this. I think up here's a little dark right here. And there's some of these edges that seem a little dark to me. Although my journal that I'm doing is not 8.5 inches wide. I believe it's like 8 or 8.25. I'd have to measure it again to see. It's been a while since I cut the pages down, but I do remember I cut them down. So anyways, look at the difference in this. Let me find, where's that paper? Oh, look at that. So we went from this sheet, a sheet I probably wouldn't really use, to this sheet, which I really love. And I think I'm going to do a little bit over here on this side. Now understand too that I have an inkjet printer, so when you apply anything wet to it, look, it lifts some of the ink. If you do it on a laser printer, you wouldn't have that problem, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it like that. And let me measure the page, and I'm going to cut it down just to see how it would fit. I get rid of this, but man, this is a really good way to use up a lot of these papers. I was thinking maybe if I just did this with gesso and then put it through the printer, I don't know how that will, it would have to be extra dry, I guess, so it doesn't hurt your print heads, but let me measure my journal. And really, if I have 3 signatures in this journal, so, you know, if I used up 3 sheets of paper that I wouldn't normally use. And this is the top of it, so I'm probably going to cut off the bottom, but we need, yeah, it's 8 inches. So I need to take a 1/2 inch off of this. So let's do that, and we'll fold it and see what we have. I'll go ahead and take a 1/2 inch off of this bottom. I hope I'm in camera. Put it right there. And then of course we can use this strip for something. And I'm going to go ahead and take a 1/2 inch off this other one as well. And I'll take it off the bottom too. Let's see. Maybe we'll finish the dots and see how it looks when we're done. So I'm going to save these 2 strips because I'll use them for decoration. Okay, so let's fold this one. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love, love, love it. Look at it. It just matches now. Oh, where's the original one? Ooh. Yeah. See, I would not have used this in that journal at all. But I will use this. It looks so pretty. Oh my gosh. I'm loving it. Okay, let's see what we got here. Maybe right there. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. Okay, I like it. Then this one we want to go ahead and finish. I'm going to get that Posca pen back out. And I want to finish up these dots right here. And we already cut it down so I can see how it's going to look. But I want to see more dots on it first. We're getting ready for Christmas. Our family Christmas is this coming week. Just, you know, when your kids get older, they have kind of 2 families they have to deal with. So we just plan on our family Christmas, usually, you know, within the week before Christmas when everybody's free. And last year my house was under construction, so I couldn't have it here, which was a little depressing, and I was kind of sad that I wasn't able to put my tree up because my whole living room was just, they were redoing the ceilings, the walls, the AC, I mean everything. It was terrible. Drywall dust all over everything, and the actual construction started in November, the tear down, to get everything ready for the new. excuse me, and it went right straight through to July. I mean, you know, I had AC put in the whole house, which meant I had to run new ductwork in a lot of places. This is an old Florida home, and it had an add-on, an enclosed carport, an add-ons. They had built a porch on the back, some sort of a porch, and they enclosed it, but of course they never insulated it. There was no AC out there, which is where my kitchen was. It also was a flip house when I bought it, so I knew that there was going to be a lot, you know, hidden, but there was a lot more hidden than I had anticipated. So it took a lot of work and a lot of time. So anyways, to get back to my story, I could not do Christmas here, so my daughter offered to do it at her condo, and she never really had a tree. And she offered to let me put my tree up at her condo, so I was excited about that. So that's what we did last year, and we ended up, I tried to make it as easy as possible in terms of a meal. So we just, I gave her I bought all the fixins and gave it to her for chili. And I mean the actual ingredients for the chili, and then I always do Christmas cookies, and I did banana bread. And that's what I took, and she actually cooked the chili. And my daughter-in-law and my daughter put together all the fixings, you know, the sour cream, the chopped chives, and green onions, and Fritos, and, you know, everything that you would put in, cheese and all that you would put on the chili. And oh my gosh, it was so easy. She made the chili in her crock pot, and you know, it was just on the counter, and we just all went out and helped ourselves to chili, and we had the cookies and the banana bread out, and it was easy, easy, easy. Cleanup was easy. I had paper plates and plasticware and stuff, so it was throw out. Everybody brought what their family drinks, so we didn't have to worry about my daughter providing drinks or me carrying over drinks. We just, you know, everybody had to provide their own. So that was nice. And I always plan games for Christmas and give prizes in lieu of buying everybody gifts. I do buy two gifts for my two granddaughters that are now tweens, yeah. But I just give the kids some money. But I like to do games and do either, you know, like lottery tickets or whatever. And this year we're doing prizes. I may pick up a couple of lottery tickets as, you know, for the losers. But anyways, I've been putting together the games and the things that we need for the games and that this week. And I finally baked, I had all my other cookies baked, and I did the sugar cookies yesterday, and I just have to ice those. So I'm pretty excited about it. So I do have just some last minute stuff I have to pick up for the games. And minor groceries. But everything else is pretty much done. So I thought today I would take some time to work on my journals. Because, you know, it's funny, you know, you just try to take care of everyday living, and then I'm covering at work. And then whatever is added due to Christmas. And, you know, trying to work on your art and find time to do the things you really enjoy. It makes for a pretty busy time. I'm doing a lot of graphic stuff on my iPad in the evenings while I watch TV. These botanicals that let me show you. These botanicals right here that I got off the public domain actually are like squares. They have a background that's kind of old and whatever. So I'm pulling them into Procreate and getting rid of everything, which means, I don't know if you can see, but these leaves are all jagged. I have to really enlarge it and get in there and clean them up. So I'm doing that while I'm binging on Survivor episodes on Hulu. I only watched a few episodes of Survivor when it was running, and so that's what I'm doing, and amongst watching some other shows. But so that's what I'm doing, and I can do that out in the living room, but I really miss coming in here and crafting. So okay, I'm just gonna do a couple more here. I'll finish this up off camera, but I really love it. Okay, so cut and folded. Let's find, okay, we put this one in here, so let's find a different one. Maybe this one. Oh, I think that would be good. What if we put that right in there? That would be nice, huh? And then I will finish adding the little dots in there off camera. Oh, I love it. What a nice way to use up your paper, your old scrap paper. So, very pretty. I think these journals are going to be beautiful when I'm done. I'm excited about them. Look at that. So pretty. Well, thank you for joining me today for this little snippet of how to use up some of your old scrapbook papers. So, let me see. Bring these back. These are what I printed on top of these. And these I kind of just created real fast to try it, but I'll probably use these as well as pages. I'll have to cut them down, but anyways, thank you so much for joining me. This is so much fun for me, and every time I get an idea, I just want to share it. So maybe I'll come back. I'm not sure if I will just release this video as a snippet, kind of, or if I'll add another idea to it when I come across a new idea. Anyways, thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye. Okay, so I'm back. I actually put some gesso on the other sheet that was like this. So I gessoed it first. I changed out the graphics and printed them that way, and I came out with a totally different sheet that I love as well. I had to make sure that I gessoed the paper and then dried it, because the gesso has a tooth to it. But look at the difference. I mean, this is the same sheet of paper underneath. Let's see if I have another sheet in here. It's got to be around here somewhere. Not sure if I have another one or not. See, these are kind of weird sheets. Oh, and look at my hands. Oh, kind of messy. Oh, here we go. So here's the original sheet. Here's the one we did first, where I didn't gesso the sheet. I ended up, because they were so bright, putting the white dots in there with the graphic. And then this one is I put gesso on this sheet first, and then changed out the graphics so they're different, and printed that on top, and that's how it comes out. So there's a couple of different things you can do with that paper, but I wanted to come back and show you this. I wanted to show you the gessoed one as well. So just a couple ideas to use up the scrapbook papers. Thank you.